Hey everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino. Monday, March 31st, 2025. Pre-market report. I want to start off with this. A friend of mine sent me this, and I really believe that it captures how most of us feel right now. So let's just read this real quick and see if we can connect with this. So the time for comfort is over. The time for courage has come. This world is changing fast, economically, spiritually, socially, and most people feel it, even if they don't want to admit it. I think we're on the same page here. They're anxious, numb, or hiding behind distractions. Be very careful about distractions and deceptions. They're everywhere, even here on this blog. Read through the comments yourself. There are many here, okay, who are, in my opinion, absolutely spiritually disenfranchised or worse. And they want you to focus on maybe the way I look, um, or not focusing on what's actually happening. Look back. As I told you, there are forces that do not have your best interest in mind, okay? And they're gonna use every manner of deception and distraction to keep you from hearing the message. Look, man, by their fruit you shall know them. It's written. I mean, I don't know another way to put this to you. So just be very careful. I understand that most of you get it, but ignore these things. They are things. They are not human. They have no ability to connect with you. All they want to do is deceive and distract, and that's kind of the entire environment we're in. So if you just happen to be looking through the comments and you see something they're trying to distract you from what the message is, realize what you're looking at, okay? Um, and I think most of you get it. Anyway, so let's move forward. So people are anxious, numb, or hiding behind distractions because it's easier than facing what's right in front of them. It's the truth. It's hard for people to sometimes take in what's going on because unfortunately they have been distracted or they've been deceived or whatever it might be. You see how we're going beyond the markets here with this people. Anyway, look, he goes on to say, again, this is a friend of mine. We are at the edge. What's needed now is not fear, not passive hope, but conviction. Absolutely. Wake up with purpose. Give a damn while you still can. If you feel, this is profound, if you feel like something is wrong, it's because something is wrong. Again, what do they try to do? Convince you that what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're feeling is not real. It's an incredible thing. Don't let anyone gaslight you into silence because that's what they're trying to do. This isn't about politics or algorithms or markets. Absolutely true. This is about the human soul and whether we're going to fight to keep it alive or sell it off for comfort and convenience. Truth doesn't need applause. It just needs to be spoken. Does that sound right to you? Because I have to say, I think this is how we all feel. I really, really do. And my friend here doesn't wish to be made known, and that's okay. I think those words make him known. Okay, because again, I think we're all connected. We all are connected. Anyway, so with that, let's move forward here, people. Kind of a bad weekend for for war. War continues to go on here. Any kind of a deal with a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine that has fallen apart. Iran has refused to participate in direct nuclear talks with the United States. We'll cover this here, and we all understand the mechanism behind this. All wars are banker wars. Let's just establish that fact here. War is a lie. Everything associated with war is a lie. You understand? I think you do. Anyway, I've been talking a lot about the dollar lately and the signal, the message that it's sending us here. With regard to the dollar, the world is de-dollarizing. There is no easy way around that. And that is going to lead to, and it is leading to, the downfall of the United States. We, the people here of the United States. No one wants our debt. No one wants our products. These are the facts, people. And it's not going to change. I want you to understand that, especially in the current environment. But anyway, this is from Project Syndicate here. Look at this headline here. This is this morning. U.S. institutions must stay credible enough to preserve confidence in both government debt and the U.S. dollar. The confidence in the dollar, in debt, is eroding very, very fast. And the mechanism here, this is not an accident. This is not happening just by some comedy of errors. This is because in this case, it's the Federal Reserve who wants to be and is working very hard right in our faces to become what you and I have said, going back as far as you want to go, to be the lender and buyer of last resort, to own it all. So the downfall of the United States here, this is not from without. It's being done from within. And I've been trying to push that point home. So anyway, let's just read this real quick. So again, U.S. institutions must stay credible enough to preserve confidence in both government debt and the U.S. dollar. Now, it goes on to say, for decades, the United States has enjoyed an unparalleled advantage in global finance thanks to the U.S. dollar's status as the world's leading reserve currency. This is changing, and you can see this by what's happening with the dollar, and something bad happened this morning. We're going to cover more of that in just a second. So by running trade surpluses with the U.S., countries that have accumulated large dollar reserves, which they eagerly and overwhelmingly invest in U.S. treasuries. This is changing. And again, this is not by accident. No comedy of errors has gotten us here. Now, with regard to the U.S. dollar, we are barely above a very critical level here. Let's see if we hold. I believe that if we do not hold here, and we're wavering just above and just below, we're going to see the dollar on a comparative strength basis nosedive. That means what? That means people, investors, however you want to look at it, are now seeking safety in other currencies. This is a massive blow to the United States. I want you to understand that. It's making the Federal Reserve pretty happy because they get to buy more. They get to create more dollars. The system, if you understand it, is so twisted, is so absolutely out of control. And you can see what's going on here. Anyway, so with regard to, and this is unfortunate, but not unpredictable. So ceasefire looks like it isn't going to happen here. And this is, I think we're being played. I think you know that as well. This game, this political politics, we're being played. Don't fall through the trapdoors. It's always going to be about debt expansion, war, more death, because this, again, why? It's first of all, the number one way that allows a central bank to inflate. War, as you all know, the expansion of war creates the greatest need for more borrowed dollars than any other human endeavor, okay? And Iran has rejected direct negotiations with the United States on a nuclear deal. Now, with regard to the economy, people, it's coming apart, and this is also not by accident. It's 100% deliberate. And the mechanism here comes back to the root cause of the entire problem. The root cause of the entire problem is what? You know what I'm going to tell you. It's currency, purchasing power, destruction. And why it is, and I still can't understand this, or maybe I can, why you have politicians, President Trump, demanding that the dollar gets weaker on the back of course, artificially suppressed rates. It's no secret that President Trump repeatedly wants a weaker dollar, wants a weaker dollar. How does a weaker dollar help you? It doesn't. A weaker dollar helps who? The multinational corporations who can take advantage of the exchange rate. Corporate profits near records right now. How's the economy here in the United States looking for you? How's the middle class surviving here? How is small business surviving? They're not. That's a wealth transfer on an epic scale. And the destruction of the middle class, of the economy, small business here. All this is, again, is a mechanism to suck wealth from here and push it right up to the 1 and 2 percenters. This is not helping us at all. We need much higher rates. We actually need a return to a constitutional money system. We're not going to get it. So snap out of that delusion here. Wake up to what's happening around you. With regard to the economy, it's getting uncomfortably difficult to find a job. Labor market pessimism has hit its highest level since the financial crisis. Consumer sentiment at a 32-month low. This mechanism is not going to stop either. With regard to tariffs, with regard to expansion of war, inflating of debt, that mechanism is not going to stop either as well. So this means that you and I must remain diligent. Okay, the time for courage is now, as my friend here explained. Okay, we all know that. We must take actions. I've been telling you since time immemorial. People, listen to me. We can't stop the wheels that have been put in motion. You and I are part of a very, unfortunately, limited group of people who are able to see through it, able to understand what's happening. People have been duped, lied to, and deceived into believing things that are absolute falsehoods. And that pathway is leading us all down a very dangerous road. Okay. But that doesn't mean that you and I can't take action to at least try to keep ourselves on the right side of this. And it's pretty simple, in my opinion. Again, bet against the system. Become your own central bank, as I've been telling you since day one. Hoarding physical silver, the most undervalued asset on the planet Earth. Gold, platinum, palladium, gaining exposure to commodities here. And then it goes beyond that, people here, reconnecting with the source. Okay. I've been telling you this for a while. That's really what it's all about. You know, and I think I'm preaching to the choir, but people, look, man, the time for action is now. And if you don't want to go out there and, you know, the easiest way for you guys and girls to get this stuff known is to share this video, share my work, get it out there, talk about it. You all probably, most of you at least, use social networks. You're using this one. So start to comment, start to engage with people here, and look out for the trapdoors, the deception, those here. I mean, they reveal themselves to us every day. Look at what Greg looks like. Look at, this is what they're going to tell you. What's going on here? Is something wrong? They don't want you to focus on the message. They're going to do things to try to trick you, okay? To try to keep you deceived and distracted. And I know you're way too smart for that. When you see those kinds of things, realize what you're actually looking at. It ain't a good thing. It's not coming from a good place. You understand? They hate this stuff. They hate the truth. The truth is our sword. It's infinite. The truth comes from the infinite. The lies, the deceptions, they don't last. They burn out. And they work 24 hours a day around the clock. That means we have to work 24/7 as well. You understand? I'm working my hardest to keep all of you ahead of the curve on this. During off-market hours, I'm out there putting stuff out for you guys and girls. In my newsletter, I'm like the watchman in many ways, looking out for all of you. I do consider myself the daddy lion here, and that is a profound responsibility that I take very, very seriously. And I've made a promise to you guys and girls from a long time ago. I'll never let you down. I always got your back. You know that. I'll look out for you. We got to look out for each other. Okay? This isn't my thing. This is our thing. Understand? I think you do. All right, guys and girls, listen, I'm going to let you all go. I want you to consider what's happening. So the market here, not looking too good. US dollar, holding it at a level here that it must hold. 10-year yield dropping. A lot of debt buying here. There's a lot of debt buying here. And despite that, stock futures are lower across the board. Gold, silver, crude catching a bid. Bitcoin, cryptos down. Okay, that's the situation here, people. But as you all know, man, it goes way, way, way beyond that. Way, way, way beyond that. Anyway, that's all, guys. It goes. We're going to talk later, 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern for the live stream. I want to hear from you on this. I'm really going to ask you to share. Start really sharing this work if you haven't already. Engage in this here. Comment. It helps the algorithms as well. It allows our thing to grow. You got something out of these videos? Have I earned your thumbs up? I appreciate that. If I have, let's. I hope I have. Let's give this video a thumbs up as well. All right. I'll see you guys and girls later. As I said, 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern for the live stream. I really hope to see you there. We got this, man. You don't care what they do or try to do to us. We are freaking invincible. And we don't act in and of ourselves here. I believe that every single one of us here who believes in truth, we have that connection with the infinite. You know what I'm talking about? I think you do. See you later.